My mom lived in an apartment complex for over 18 years. She was a real short, little, vibrant lady that used to run around and do everything for everyone. But she experienced dementia. I had no option. It was either take her to my house, which I couldn't do because of her dementia. And it came to a point where she had to, they advised me that for her own safety, I was going to have to put her in a nursing home. It was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. It was devastating for our whole family. We were seeing my mom in that condition then and seeing her digress, go backwards. I was almost to the point where I didn't even want to go visit her. It just broke my heart and the sad news is that after 4 months, my mom died. She only had 4 months in this facility.
I am a faith community nurse, a mother, a grandmother. I've lived in Erie all my life. My husband, Bud, was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And through some issues with the medical community and him being self-employed, he did not follow up on his care. And then by the time that he did have significant problems, it was too late to do a lot of treatment. It was time to call in hospice, so we had hospice at home. The difficulties were that being a nurse, it was hard to separate the nursing and being a wife. And at the end, he developed terminal delirium. This was very hard to manage, even with the help of my 4 children and their spouses and his sister, who is also a nurse. It made me feel inadequate as a nurse and as a wife because I had to do both. I felt like I had to do both. Hospice came a couple times a week, which was wonderful, but not enough.
So my parents lived in Quad Cities, which is Bettendorf, Iowa. So my mom was diagnosed with cancer. Right around the same time, my father was diagnosed with early onset dementia. And my mom's cancer did progress quite quickly. It metastasized, and we came to the point within a year where her health declined to a point where there was no other medical intervention that could help prolong her life. The doctor basically said, Karen, we're at the point that really there's not much. It was going into, I believe it was starting to metastasize into her brain. So it was to the point where he said we've really gone through all avenues we can go. So we got her to the hospice house. They had a room available. She wasn't in pain. She was comfortable, very peaceful. I knew as soon as I walked in there that this was the place.
Hi, I'm Julia Stralka, Executive Director of Julia Hospice and Palliative Care.
And I'm Dr. Christopher Stralka, and I'm the Medical Director for Julia Hospice and Palliative Care. Everyone in our community deserves a better option for care. Julia Hospice and Palliative Care will be a new provider of 2 important services desperately needed in our community. These services will include comprehensive hospice care or specialized end-of-life care, wherever someone is living, as well as both residential and inpatient hospice care at our own brand new facility called Julia House, the first 24/7 inpatient hospice house ever in Erie County, located right off the I-79 in McCain, Pennsylvania. The Julia House will be a special place where residents will have access to a host of complementary care services like art and music therapy, exercise therapy, and more, as well as family bereavement care services. Julia House will also be the location of the only comprehensive outpatient palliative care clinic in Erie County to provide an extra layer of support to those struggling to manage any serious illness. Palliative care is specialized supportive care to improve the quality of someone's life, and we will also provide this care, if preferred, in someone's own home.
The Julia House will be like no other healthcare facility in Erie County. It will be like your own home, with private suites large enough to allow your family to stay overnight with you. It will have family spaces like a kitchen and dining room where families can have dinners, celebrate special occasions, and continue to make special memories together. The suites will also have a private porch where patients and families can be together with nature as they overlook our specially designed butterfly and flower gardens. We have thoughtfully designed the Julia House because we want everyone who is there to feel at home and feel at peace.
I think if there would have been a facility like the Julia Hospice and Palliative Care facility, that I probably would have had more quality time with my mother. My mom was 85, and I know we don't live forever, but every day is special.
I wish we had had a freestanding hospice facility here in Erie. I was familiar with them as a nurse. And then I could have just been his wife and cared for him and loved him like I should have.
In Erie, the reality is that there are many people who are suffering. Everyone deserves to have a better option when they are at the end of their lives. For us to start construction on the Julia House, we need your help. Please make a donation to the Julia House at juliahpc.com. Help us to bring these much needed services to those when they need them the most. Thank you.